It's been several possessions since they've converted.
Well, they've got to find a way to change that.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Lee's checked in for Green. Houston with a big group substitution here. Zebo and Marc Gasol are up front. Conley and Lee, they're the backcourt. And it's Allen in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. A 3 from Anderson. They get it back. That's good. 6 points for Howard.
He's enjoying himself today, guys. We knew going in that he'd have the upper hand on the glass, but I didn't think it would make this much of a difference.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. With a pause in the action, let's show you the teams that were best from the line last season. In third, the Grizzlies.
I think free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everybody last season just had the hot hand.
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. So it's the Rockets now. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. A nice shot by Anderson.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
Now here is Conley. He picked up 12 points in their last one against Atlanta. That's tipped. Just 5 on the clock. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
A chance here to check out how the Rockets ranked in the NBA last season. First in blocks. First in opponent field goal shooting. And they were number 2 in team rebounding. Everybody makes it a priority to get to both backboards, offensive and defensive.
And the thing that really jumps out at me when you talk about all those stats, Clark, is the blocks. Because number 1 in the league, obviously really protecting the paint. They had good length, a lot of depth, and the overall team defense, the rotations was really solid because we saw players across their roster blocking shots.
And the basket by Prigioni.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter. Oh, we have a moment now to check out the story on Marc Gasol. Coming off an excellent season last year. He was around 21 points per game last year, 10 rebounds and 2 assists. And he's a threat to go off in any game with the way he can score.
Yeah, you got to have players like him who can occasionally just take over the game with their scoring.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Prigioni passes to Anderson. And another 3 for Houston.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. As long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
The Grizzlies shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Well, how about last season? They shot 80% as a team from the free throw line. That's an impressive number.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Moniunas comes in for Jones. And it's Johnson in for Pablo Prigioni.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Well, if you're doing enough good things and you're maintaining at least a slight edge on the boards, you're usually going to be in pretty good shape. Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Johnson with it. The dish to Anderson. Puts up a 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. Anderson's got 9 points in the quarter.
I mean, what are you going to do defensively? He can just rise up and bang down a 3-ball like that, and they get such separation with the height advantage.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Rockets on top, running away with it.
Guys, that was the perfect way to start this game. Let's go over some stuff and do more of this.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast.
When you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Anderson. He's got 17 points. And talk about the three ball for him. Wow, unbelievable from long distance.
Yeah, you are right, Clark. I mean, it's been fireworks from deep. He's just so dangerous out there.
So on the floor for Houston, Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Pablo Prigioni is out there with Harden. And it's Anderson in at the 3 slot.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
And Prigioni kicks to Anderson. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Outside Conley. There's the pass to Gasol. Right block shot, and the rebound goes to Howard. Howard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. 5th on the list, James Harden.
Now, he never took a night off. I mean, it seemed like he was scoring big all season long. Just a terrific year for him.
That's good.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
I agree, guys, and the points add up in a hurry when you start giving up easy looks from long range.
Green with the ball. Jones covering. Green kicks to Conley. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Taking a look here at some numbers for James Harden. What a year he had last season. Averaged about 25 points a game, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. And it's the kind of run we've seen from him so many times in the past.
But no matter how many times we do see him have a stretch like this, Steve, it still leaves us shaking our heads in amazement and admiration.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Stokes is checked in for Gasol. Lure comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's Clarkson in for Tony Allen. Green against Anderson. There's a good screen. Clock at 6. Green kicks to Conley. Looking to end the run. And that one's good. Conley's got 5 now.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Dishes it to Anderson. And another 3 for Houston.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Conley dishes to Green. Blocked. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, you can feel the confidence growing right now for this club at the offensive end.
Really an ideal time to have one of these runs after halftime, but before crunch time. They're setting themselves up for a great fourth quarter.
To the wing right side. Outside Conley. They kick it out to Green, and a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. The Grizzlies have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. Both teams will make substitutions. And the second free throw, good. And he can't make it. 3 for 3.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities, and that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
8 seconds left in the third. Lee outside. Releases, and the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, let's do it. I love the way this play developed. And I think this offense really thrives off of plays like that. Turned it into an easy basket.
You're up.
Here's Clarkson. They've got Clarkson. John Lure's out there with Carter. Then it's Lee, and it's Stokes in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Lure, 6 to shoot. Carter outside, and the first shot of the night for him missing.
Okay, listen up. I want you to keep running our offense. There's no reason to push the ball up the court or take any chances. Just keep playing the way we're playing, and we'll...
And Memphis making a change here. Adams checked in, and a switch here also for Houston. Anderson's checked in. Houston in total control. And here's Purdue. It's stolen by Adams. And here we go with Adams running it up the court. They get it back. And it's Carter missing.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. A three from Anderson. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Clarkson passes to Carter. Carter right side. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Clarkson. Hits the close-range jumper. 1:32 left here in the fourth quarter.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for the Rockets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And it's always nice to get win number 1 against an opponent you'll be seeing a total of 4 times over the course of the year. They really set the tone tonight for their season series against the Grizzlies.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Rain Man. He was doing everything right, and the points seemed to come in bunches. He definitely had the hot hand.
The Rockets making a switch here, and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Bradshaw, defended by Carter. Feeds it to Anderson. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Grizzlies have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Out of bounds, Houston takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The feed now to Johnson. From past the arc. Offensive rebound, and Dorsey kicks to Ariza. Anderson outside. From deep. No luck. Throws it from deep. He cans that one. So